Hello YouTube. This video I just want to showcase this media room, I guess you could say now. It's a spare bedroom now. So I moved the stuff I had in the living room, basically all the media, into this room now, which kind of wrap around. You can see like I had these DVDs on like a makeshift shelf in the living room. I think it was like A through Z on DVDs, maybe like 700 or so. But I did have like the Blu-ray shelf here, and then this other Blu-ray or shelf that I have Blu-rays. So like this is a new shelf here, this here, which has adjustable shelves. So I'm trying to scoot back, guys, so you can see it. Then I got this bookshelf here. So this was a DVD Blu-ray shelf. This is a bookshelf I got too. Got this one as well because I had a lot of books. So now I have all my stuff all in one room. There's more room in the living room as well. I got this shelf as well, which I think is like 700 DVDs, so that helped with that. And it's not, you know, I still have stuff like stuff on the floor from like action and science fiction. Don't know where to put none of this stuff. Basically everything here is like horror related. Some of my old books like Goosebumps and stuff. Some other books there. So just kind of quick overview. I guess you could start here on the wall. Yeah, so this was as you can't tell, this was my oldest daughter's bedroom. So I still left her her, you know, the color scheme. This was in her room already, but I just left it up. I just moved it around. I think it was somewhere over here. So I got like the Muerte mask, and this was hers as well. Got that years ago when I went out of town. But yeah, there's my signed Friday the 13th poster, signed by the first Jason. You know, I had this hat here for the longest time, this glove too, so I've had some of this stuff's old stuff. This is fairly new. This was a cool poster I picked up this past holidays. The Walking Dead, like this stuff's kind of new where I've been getting these. This was a gift here in season 1. It still has the mask inside. So there's season 2. You know, everything still works. I think that's a seal. It's sealed, I think, as well. I don't even think it's been open. Oh, I think you gotta push in this to open. So that, yeah, that's a sealed one. Season 2 there. Here's season 4, which is awesome too. You pull this out, and then the head and the arm kind of moves when you pull that out. It has like a little lever in there. So that's the Walking Dead stuff. The limited edition seasons. This is season 3. The light doesn't work because if you hit number 3, like the LEDs light up, but I'm fine. Here's season 5. I just picked this up as well. You open here or slides back. And then what is this? Season 6 here. There's a walker and the Blu-rays there. Just real quick, here's this shelf here. Old figures I've had for years. I'm not a big figure guy, so old figures I had for years there. This I picked up Facebook Market a couple years ago. I think it was like $30. Awesome, the box and everything. Some magnets, Cannibal Ferox magnet and Cannibal Holocaust magnet. I don't know where to put it at. There's really nothing metal in here to stick to. Here's this I've had for a while. You know, season, you can find this cheap still. Stranger Things, the Netflix, the season 1. It looks like it has Blu-ray and DVDs in there. Pawn shop score, maybe a year ago, go up to maybe like 15 bucks. Here's some, I don't have much VHS. I had more like Friday the 13th one, but I sold them like a dummy. Here's all the tins that I had. The Beyond from Anchor Bay. Here's Seal. Sleeping Corpse Lie. Here's Evil Dead 2. The tin. 4. Here's Westworld. I found at a pawn shop years ago. Season 2, I believe, 4K. The season 1 Westworld is here on 4K. I found those together at a pawn shop years ago. Some of my books here, a lot of Stephen King books. Man, I read a lot back in the day. Good stuff. The Eyes of a Dragon, good science, like medieval type with the dragon, Needful Things, short stories. So Stephen King stuff. Robert McGavin, Swan Song was one of my favorite ones. You can't see it there. They're old books. Swan Song. Great stuff. Robert McGavin. This one came like with the Blu-ray, the sealed puzzle. I've had this for years when it first came out. it was accidentally open, but all the stuff's there. It's not worth much now, but years ago it was worth it. Here's it. Found this at a Walmart fairly year or so ago. Here's a tin from Mystery Science Theater. I've had that forever. There's even the Crow T robot figure in there. I could open it real quick for you. I'm sorry if it's kind of dark here, but there's a Crow T robot in here. I don't know if I could even open it, but he's in there. It's a little figure. I need to actually probably get him out, put him somewhere. But yeah, I remember watching this show a lot with my brother. This is just a few movies. I think 4 movies, but they've had so many seasons. Mystery Science Theater 3000. Here's Simpsons 1 through 10, season 1 through 10. Found that at a pawn shop. I think all for like $35 for all of them, which was great. I think like $4 a piece, maybe, or $3.50 a piece, something like that. These glasses I had for years. When I say years, I'm talking about 20, maybe 20 years. Yeah, it had been like 25. Yeah, so it's been a long time. So these I've had forever. They're always underneath my TV in the living room. Have this for years. It still works. It doesn't turn the head though. It's supposed to turn the head and move that. But that was like a Walgreens thing. Years. There's the paper mache of the muerte. There's just some little knick-knack stuff from the kids I like to put on here. Some spooky stuff. Killer clowns. Some of these recent figures I got just to fill out this space. I've had some of these shot glasses for years, like this one. These are fairly new. These 4 I found at Facebook Marketplace. These figures are old. They came in this tin down here, and I still have like maybe like heads, and there's still other parts from other figures in there. Now this is, you know, all new shelves. So I just kind of put my Arrow limited edition stuff here. This is new, the bird with, so I got all that here. Enough room to put more stuff, right? I really don't know how I'm setting this up, but it just is how it is now. So basically the Arrow limited edition. I got Arrow here. What am I dropping? Sorry. And down here is Scream Factory. More Scream Factory. I found a lot of these Batman things. There's like 20 of them at a pawn shop one time, and it was like $2 a piece. And a lot of them came with slip covers because I don't order any of these. And these were a find. Good stuff. Some of these are 4K as well. So yeah, and I haven't really seen them, but I couldn't pass them by. It's the animated series Batman. It's cool stuff. Here's the original Batman movie, the old one. So more Batman. Then we go to like Studio Ghibli, which is good stuff. I do like a lot of their movies. Here's some Demon Slayer, Attack on Titan. I got Ip Man there as well. I got all 4 of the 4. Those are great movies. I think 4 is on 4K. I love Ip Man. That's good stuff there. So here's like boxes. I just got this one as well. Star Wars, the complete saga. But yeah, Umbach had that for years. Bloomcat had this for years. Fairly stuff. Here's the best of 80s, like 10 films of 80s. There's still a 70s one and a 90s one I need to pick up, but I just have the 80s and the 2000. So there's the movies there. Steven Spielberg movies, so good. Movies from the 80s. Here's one, the best of 2000. Those are the films. There's the 2000s and 2001: A Space Odyssey on 4K. Looks absolutely phenomenal. Harry Potter, The Rocky, Transformers, Dark Knight trilogy is a Halloween thing. This is the replacement disc from Scream Factory for this box set here. Came straight from, so I do have the replacement discs. We'll go down for some more box sets here. Classic Monsters, Hammer Horror. And now here's some Scream Factory and Arrow box set. Amityville Horror, It's Alive, the Ringu from Arrow, Nightbreed. That was a good score too. Mummy, I've had that for years. A good box of The Exorcist, and then the Saw. What I have down here, more Scream Factory, kind of in the middle. Wreck, Omen, Friday the 13th, The Fly, and Critters. Underneath is a Marvel. There's some 4Ks all mixed in here. I don't really have a 4K plays, but Marvel, basically almost all of them. Spider-Man's, Venom, Sam Raimi Spider-Man's, The Amazing Spider-Man's, Deadpool, Once Upon a Deadpool. More here, Daredevil. Now it's like Joker, DC. There's Superman. What is this? 4 film of what? Oh, the Batman stuff. So that's cool. Batman, Dark Knight Rises. Batman vs Superman, Justice League. I need to get the Zack Snyder one. I'm not not fond of that Justice League, the Joss Whedon one. No. Wonder Woman, The Flash, Suicide Squad, Birds of Prey, Shazam. There's Star Wars. Then we go to X-Men stuff. Wolverine. Have all the X-Men's. Logan. Then down here on the bottom. Oh, these were all pawn shop scored too. I'm not even a 007 fan, but yeah, I got all these for like $2 a piece. All of this for like $20 or something. I'm not sure what movies. I'm sure this is missing like the cover, or maybe like a box set slip cover over it. But Sean Connery, Goldfinger, those are cool. There's 007 things. Just right now, Taxi Driver, The Godfather, Spring Break. And here's some A24. I have way more. I just need to find them. I got DVDs on A24. Here's The Whale, Priscilla. So good stuff there. Just gonna come here. Shot glasses and a figure. Here's all the Vestron. I need to get the newer ones from. I got them all up to 31. I need the slip cover for 13, 10, and 5. That's all Vestron. Good stuff there. All the way to 31. I'm sure they're like at 38 or something like that now. Grindhouse video, Cannibal Holocaust pieces, Cat in the Brain. Here's some Vinegar Syndrome, Severin, and Blue Underground. Good stuff there. So yeah, a lot of Severin. Then we go to like Draft House. Here's some Unearthed Films, crazy stuff. Then we got like Unearthed Films, Draft House stuff, Synapse. So there's some Synapse down here. Kino Lorber, Criterion stuff. All right, Criterion, Eraser, Eraserhead, Fire in the Sky. There's some couple icons on Nerdlight documentaries. I think there's a Fast and the Furious one too. Here's the documentary of Star Wars, and then documentary of the Simpsons stuff. Oh yeah, there's a 4K section. Well, there's kind of 4K section here, so you kind of just see all that, all mixed genres. Steelbooks from Screen Factory and other labels. So there's some horror stuff from Steelbooks. 4K, Shivers, Man of Steel. More Steelbooks, not horror, but just a lot of Steelbooks. So that would be that shelf here. This was a gift too just recently. Co-worker, cool little figure. This was also a gift from him. This is a pawn shop. Yours are $5. Comes with the box. He's like aliens on his iPhone, and it's taking a acid piss on the fire hydrant. Go over here to these books. So that was a Facebook score as well, and it came with other figures, but I gave to my daughter. It had the Glenn figure in the box and the Negan figure in the box. Awesome stuff. It was like all $30 for all those 3 figures. Here's this one. Not sure where I got these bobbleheads. This is a piggy bank. Piggy bank, Michonne Walker. Here's some books here. Some of these I had for a while. Joe Hill, which is the son of Stephen King. Slasher stuff. J-Horror, Let the Right One In. I've had this World War Z forever. The Wolfman forever. I've been dead for a while. Like some of these are old. Neil Gaiman. The guy that wrote a Coraline. These are all old stuff. Horror movie. I had Pieces to Wait. This isn't horror, but this is maybe 2003 maybe. The 50 Cent book. This is good stuff. Before the movie came out, it's a good read there. Fright Favorites. Blair Witch. The Dossier. Blair Witch. Cool stuff. And then like posters and alien posters. Down here, Stephen King Under the Dome. I had the cover. I don't know where it's at. Some more Stephen King, Cujo, Michael Crichton stuff. Next was a good one from him. One of his last ones. Hunter S. Thompson, of course. This was a gift we got from work. And there were Totoro books here. Brian Keene, which I'll show you. I have more Brian Keene stuff, which is down here. I love Brian Keene stuff. A few years ago, here's a sleepaway camp. Zombie, what is this? Evil Dead. That's a cool one. Zombies, Teenage Slasher movie book. Here's the Tim Leb and Jack Ketchum. Richard Layman stuff, another Cujo down there. All, you know, here's Brian Keane stuff, great stuff. Read all these, man. Michael Crichton, The Lost World, Congo, The Great Terror was a good read years ago. The Andromeda Strain, all good books from Michael Crichton. There's like a painting for one of my daughters. Here's these oversized. These are pretty cool. I got these in elementary. This was elementary stuff too. Here's Rue Morgue. You know, some of the Rue Morgue stuff here, right? Fortnite. But yeah, these are like first editions, exactly how they look. You know, with all the ads. It's in beat up shape. And then I have the Shazam one. I don't know. I have somewhere the Shazam one. But here's like the #1 from Superman. This is a gold oversized edition. I think came out in the 70s. But it's in beat up. So I had this in like in a backpack for years. But like I said, 6th grade or so. So the first Superman is pretty cool. Batman stuff, more horror, Book of the Dead, The Walking Dead stuff. I love Image Comics because I love from Spawn. This is my favorite from Image Comics. I watched the HBO, had the Spawn comics since junior high. Art of the Nasty and then the Ghostbusters. So there's that stuff. What is down here? Just books I had to put here. Look, here's Twilight stuff right from the kids. Stephen King, Stan. So over here, if that was $5, I got a pawn shop. They're asking 10, but I got the Planet of the Apes, a box set, DVD. Show love to the DVD. Here's also a pawn shop score. Takashi Miike. I haven't seen these though, but that's cool. Art box. This is also a gift. Another coworker that gifted me this also gives me this at the same time, and this is actual wood made from the cabins, and that's probably a picture of the lake, but the wood is, this is from the cabin. You go read it. So it was made from like the cabins they tore down, which is cool. Friday the 13th cabins. There's a drawing I had made, a gift as well. DVD stuff here. Anchor Bay. Years of collecting, guys. This is like the old stuff here. Anchor Bay, Masters of Horror. Kind of hard to get in back there, but there's movies back there. Here's like the jewel cases from Anchor Bay for Evil Dead, where they spell out Evil D or Devil, however you put it, but they're all there, the jewel cases for Evil Dead, Anchor Bay. Here's Full Moon stuff. Full Moon, IFC Midnight. There's Magnet. Good. They have good. All these have good movies. Back here, Midnight Movies. What's over here? I don't know what these are. Midnight Movies. Wild Eye. Here's the 8 films to die for. I remember when these came out and there were different seasons. I might have all 8 here, but I'm missing some from seasons. Ghost House. Here's Blue Underground DVD. Tales from the Dark Side, all 4 seasons. I remember finding those at a pawn shop, all sealed, all together. There's only 4, and they were $1 a piece. So there's all Tales from the Dark Side. Good show I remember watching. Here's more Masters of Horror stuff back there. Here's what is this? Fangoria. 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, 4, 5. Fangoria stuff. Still Fangoria. Here's some more Synapse DVD. What is it? A Trauma. And then just kind of like metal packs. The DVDs only have 3 of the metal packs. I got a pawn shop. Dog Soldiers. Dark Sky Films has good stuff. Here's this. You got the stand on Blu-ray. Ghoul. That's from Brian King. That was one of a good book that he had. This came out on Chiller Channel years ago when that was a channel. And this was, I remember this was hyped so much, and I was really hyped to see it. And it was a hype movie for that Chiller Channel. But the book's way better. But that's also from Brian King. Ghoul. Takes me back to those times, man. All pawn shop scores 80 cents each. You could see, like, I've been documenting all like my finds for almost 10 years since I started this channel, and you'll see every time I got some of these, and you'll see when I got them and what cheap stuff. Here's 4 film favorites, some horror, some other stuff, right? Cool stuff here. Got little knickknacks and kids, and we used to make rocks and paint them with eyes. What is this? I don't know, Ip Man DVDs, but since I already got the Blu-rays, I need to get rid of those. Here's the Asian Extreme Collection Volume 3, Thailand Horror. She has those, and then I think this is Volume 2, Volume 1, South Korea. I think Volume 2 is Japan. I don't have it. Tokyo Shock, sealed one still. Grand Experience. I found these at Pawn Shop. I like all these movies and stuff in it. Cool stuff. Pawn Shop right here as well. Blind Beast versus Killer Dwarf. Like some crazy Asian stuff. Battle Royale. I got on Blu-ray. Akira, found that at a pawn shop. Here's some Creep Show. The Show, that's season 2. That's the only one I have. I've had these for years. Tales from the Crypt. These are all TV shows here. They're usually DVDs, and I just want to stick with DVDs on TV shows. But I do have Dusk Till Dawn season 1 on Blu-ray, and then The Purge season 1 on Blu. But the rest are DVD. Wolf Creek season 1. Tremors, the only one season. Here's all 3 from Chucky. American Horror Story, I don't know if I have all of them. Like I said, Dusk Till Dawn 1 and 2. I think there's a season 3. The Purge season 1 and The Purge season 2. And Fear the Walking Dead, I only have like the first one I found in Pawn Shop years ago. Asian stuff here. Some big fat packs, I like to call them. The Stand, Stephen King. What is all of this? All Asian stuff here. Ringu, Perfect Blue, which I have the steelbook on that. Ju-on, Slipmouth Woman, Itchy the Killer, Hair Extensions, Tokyo, Gore Police, so all good Asian horror. Here's a lot of volumes where it has a lot of like 2-pack, 4-pack, 8-pack. I just put those there. All the way here where it comes 15-pack, 20-pack. Charting Asian Extreme here. You know, here's Tetsu the Iron Man, crazy film. If y'all know, y'all know. Carved. Good stuff here. I'll tell 2 Sisters. What's down here? Old horror like King Kong, Return of Vampire, just old horror there. Some mugs. I already told you that's like science fiction. Over here is the other Blu-ray A through Z, or it's documentaries and not shows but documentary stuff. Alright, boom. Chucky. Child's Play, Leap of Faith, documentary. I just picked up Cursed Films 2. Here's Scream Queens with the Slip, documentary of the guy from Part 2, Nightmare on Elm Street. So, all documentaries. History of Horror. Now, here's some show Ash vs. Evil Dead, Creep Tapes. Here's some multi-packs and the numbers. And then it goes from A through Z from all Blu-ray horror. Kind of just show all those D's, M, Evil Dead. So keep going. H's, J's, some pop figures from the kids, and some of my old ones. I'm not really much of a figure guy, so these have freaking years. These 3 for years now, maybe like 3 years, but I'm talking about 20 years or so. I had that for the longest time. And then L's, all horror stuff here. Here's a poster from Scream from Carrie. It's a sideways poster. I ordered frames, but I ordered the wrong ones. I didn't know this was a sideways poster, but here's a like $10 shit for the Carrie 4K. I don't know where I could put it at though. So some more P's, S's. These are all horror. Basically all the way there. WZ, Zombie Stripper. On here, the Goosebumps. I want to show you a picture of the kiddos. So I'll move those. But yeah, the original Goosebumps. They're not in order, but yeah, I have quite a bit of them. I was like 10, 11, 12. This was perfectly my age, my era. VHS. Now these are some of these new books I've been getting. Cool books too. Monster, this is a great one. All these are great books. Too Much Horror, Cannibal Holocaust, Clive Barker, Dark Wolves, Blood and Black Wax, a vinyl, like vinyl artwork. These are great books here. The Art of Horror, The Art of Zombie Movies, The Art of Horror Movies. There's an Art of Pulp Horror, which I haven't gotten yet. And here's the badass Friday the 13th. Crystal Lake Memories. I have all of the volumes from The Walking Dead. Good stuff there. These are just other movies. There's some DVDs. Beavis and Butthead, MTV, Daria, Eon Flux, Rebel, The Matrix. And these are the W's here and Z's from the DVDs from here. So that's basically numbers. And then it goes all the way just to finish up here from the DVDs. And then the top is just DVD box shelves. This was like $3 from Pawn Shop. Had that forever. Here's a Spawn. I love Spawn. Back in the day. There's the HBO series, great stuff. There's a DVD, Jurassic Park, Species, Amityville Horror. Like some of these I already have on Blu-ray, which I'm fine upgrade. Found this for $1. The Hunger Games, all Blu-rays, which is awesome. It was $1. Unsolved Mysteries, like the Ghost one, I think. There's some other ones. There's some figures. Clown / Violator from Spawn. Nosferatu, that was a gift as well from Worker. Terrifier 2. Krampus, there's that. This was $5 at a Facebook Marketplace. Awesome. Gift. Guys at work. Like Christmas. And then, of course, A through Z on DVDs. There's some there. Good stuff. So this might be like 700 or so. So, kind of just want y'all to see. Might as well just keep showing y'all. And good stuff there. I just need to make some room now. Clear out this place. This room. Scary movie. Sorry for the camera / phone work. But yeah, that's basically the room. Keep out. There's a sign I have forever, and then stuff from the kids. But I didn't make room. But yeah, that's the room, guys. Hopefully I don't fill it up too fast, but I still have a little bit of room. I can move some of this big stuff out the way, and then I still have room for the Blu-ray stuff. But that's it, guys. I appreciate it, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.